What's going on, boys? Currently in the UFC PI, and I have a banger video coming for you today with the man of the hour, Chris Duncan, the man who took Rebecki 15 minutes in a fight of the year contender and come out the unanimous winner. I do have a vlog coming out. I'm going around the entire UFC PI, so stay tuned for the YouTube channel for that. But this video, I'm sitting down with Chris Duncan. We speak about the Rebecki fight, we speak about the fight of the year contender, and we speak about the 50K bonus. So make sure you tune in for this one. It's gonna be a great video, and I hope you enjoy it.
See this here? This is nothing. This is superficial.
In the Rolls Royce, Las Vegas desert, with the man himself, the man of the hour, the man who took Rebecki to the trenches and won, Chris Duncan. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, good, thanks, good.
Good to see you, my man.
Yeah, you too, mate. Guys have hooked me up. They took me to PI today. I was getting some therapy and shit today. Obviously, my face is a bit bust up, so they thought they would drive me in style, make me look good, make me feel good. So it was good to meet the guys as well.
Yeah, and thanks a lot for bringing us in, bro.
Nah, no problem, bro.
Me and Zara were saying like kid in the candy store, innit?
Disneyland for MMA fans.
Yeah, Disneyland for MMA fans.
For adults.
So, bro, like two days out from the fight now. How you feeling?
Good. So obviously I've watched the fight a couple of times back, and obviously I did what I had to do in the third round. You know, one of the judges scored it for me, the other two scored it for him in the first. So we had to go out there and try and finish it. And I think obviously getting the fight of the night bonus is kind of put my stamp on like where I'm supposed to be in this division.
Yeah.
And obviously I came out with a bit of a sore face, but every penny is like worth it. You know, like I worked my arse off for it, and I proved it. You know, you see me at the end. I was the guy walking around the cage shouting. He was lying in a heap on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, I put everything into that, and that people say, you know, they take this really lightly, but I was ready to die in there. There was nothing going to put me out. If he put me away, like knock me out, choke me out, that's it. The only way he was going to get me. So I fought my arse off, and believe it or not, the only sore thing is my elbow. Yeah, that's swollen. My face is all swollen, but this is so painful because I kept elbowing with it, my left elbow too. Yeah. But I can't even like lean on. It's like here I'm like trying to rest my arm, but it is what it is.
I saw it. You was elbowing him about 1 million times in the face. Was that part of the game plan to throw the elbow specifically?
Yeah. So close distance, we were looking to obviously make him pay when he's in close. I wore my elbow pads throughout my full training camp, and Tiago and Mike, they were big on it. Robert Whiteford, he was the kind of brains behind the right hand stuff. He wanted to be pumping that right hand. Tiago wanted the kicks, the elbows, and so did Mike. He wanted the elbows too. The game plan was obviously to counter wrestle, and what shocked me massively was I felt like I had the kind of upper hand in the grappling, but we never really capitalised on that.
Yeah.
But I stuck to the game plan and listened to my coaches, and you know, we came out victorious and fight of the night once again. Yeah,
congratulations, man. 50 G's.
That's it.
I actually said on my YouTube channel a couple of days before when I did the breakdown, I said, if you put some money, because you can actually bet on who's going to win fight of the night.
Oh.
Yeah, you can bet on it. They give you odds. You can bet on anything fucking in Las Vegas. And I said, on my breakdown on YouTube, I said, Chris Duncan and Mateus Rebecki and Ribovics and Brenner. If you bet on those guys, you're going to win one of the bets to get fight of the night. And then, I don't know if you've seen, but you both got joint fight of the night.
Yeah, and that's only happened one time before. Sean Shelby came to me back and said that, you know. So we've kind of made history tonight. And people have said that's fight of the year so far. So.
Yeah, and I was there to watch it live, and man, it was fucking unbelievable to watch it live, especially since we're friends, so I was supporting you. Yeah. So it was fight of the night, and you won over 30, 27, 29, 28, whatever, 15-minute war. It wasn't like, you know, you subbed him in a minute, then people can be like, oh, you just caught him in a guillotine. Like they were saying that when you fought Balaji, okay, oh, Balaji just shot a takedown and he got a lucky guillotine and all of that stuff, but they can't say anything now. That was a 15-minute war.
Yeah, exactly. So the proof is in the pudding, as they say. You know, like, unfortunately, I've went 15 minutes, and people have now got a little bit more of my game out there on, you know, for people to analyse. But they now know that I don't quit. So I like to see the next person try and put me to deep waters, and they know how far I can push, and I know how far I can push myself. And believe it or not, not trying to fucking big myself up here, but I had a lot more to give there. Like I could have went another 2 rounds, and I'm not joking. Yeah,
I could see it, man. And to be honest, you probably will have to go 2 rounds extra soon, because I think Dana White is going to give you a main event soon enough. I mean, that was like fight of the year contender. Like you said, you didn't have to go out there in the 3rd round and war with him, but you kind of brawled with him. And I was thinking,
Chris, just not stay on the outside, but like take it a little bit easy,
just
kids.
win,
Just get the win. But you said yourself in the post-fight interview with Michael Bisping that you knew you didn't have to go out there and war with him in the third round, but you wanted to go out there and put it on him. Yeah. Was that like a conscious decision you made? Like, I need to get him out of there, or?
So Mike Brown came into the corner and said, like, Chris, we might be 1-1. And then my mate Robert Whiteford, he said, fuck that. He said, we're going out and win it every round.
Yeah.
He said, whether you've won, lose or draw these rounds, go out and win this fucking third round and put it on him. I want you to finish this cunt. And I went out there and I had it in my mind I was going to finish him, and I just think, he's a hard guy to hit. He's super awkward. Yeah. He was like trying to hit me on the way in, and his head was really never in the same spot, and obviously he dips a lot and he moves to the side. I hit him. My knees are swollen because I've been kneeing him so much. Yeah. Like, it's just, the guy can take a shot. And I just think he's probably one of these guys that you can't put away. And to be honest, I think he should maybe change his style because, he's been in 3-4 wars back to back,
Yeah, crazy. His fight against Orobai was like fight of the night, fight of the year. The fight against you, fight of the night, fight of the year. One thing that I noticed, which was kind of crazy, I mentioned it to you earlier when we were driving over it, but I don't know if you've seen his fight against, Muktabek Orobai, but he closed up Orobai's eye from, whatever, and you did the exact same thing to him.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was going to come out the second round,
No.
And then the doctors were kind of looking at it and not really doing anything. I was like, oh well, looks like we're in for a third round.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Maybe they just wanted a fight of the year. It was already fight of the year, but maybe they just wanted a fight of the year. But he shouldn't have been let out for the third round.
We said it, we're like, bro, this fight gets stopped after round 2.
Yeah.
He couldn't see out his eye for the start.
No. After the first round, his face was completely mashed up, and your face, you look like a model.
Well, it was only the third round when I put myself in danger to try and finish him that I got all this fucking... Yeah. And that was a conscious decision of myself, and I'm willing to put myself through that to get fight of the night and to be recognised as being one of the most fierce fighters. I've had a bit of an ups and downs with my record and stuff like that in regards to like my first 2 fights in the UFC were both decisions, but they weren't clean. But I was finding my feet, and like I found my feet, and everything was super comfortable.
Yeah.
The Apex is my home now, so I'm fucking willing and ready to take any opportunity, and I said that to Sean Shelby when he came out of the bag. So the world's my oyster, and like I say, the proof is in the pudding. Yeah,
it was honestly an unreal fight to watch, man. Like, it was crazy to be there live. I'll remember that forever. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Just being there live.
Like you said before we were talking on camera, it's super intimate in the Apex. So you hear the punches, like it sounds like you're dropping a wet towel on the ground every time you punch him. So you hear everything, you hear him breathing. And I don't know if you guys heard it, but like when we're in exchanges, you can hear him grunting.
Yeah. Just like being in the training room, but it's like an actual war.
Or like watching a porno. But yeah, it was fucked up, So we've shared blood now. Obviously, we're teammates, so we've shared blood. We've fought each other, so there'll be a bond there, and I'm looking forward to being able to help him with these future camps.
Yeah, that's nice, man. So there's no beef, there's no bad blood.
Zero. There wasn't even any in camp.
Nah.
Maybe individually for myself, I had a little bit of animosity because he'd obviously called me out in my debut, so I had a little bit of animosity towards that. But that's all done now. We've had a fist fight. We shook it off. We shook each other's hands, and we're just going to help each other prepare the American top team.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great teammate to have. He can replicate wrestlers, strong motherfuckers, people that you can't put away.
Yep.
So he's a great teammate to have. Yep. I have to ask, man, because you mentioned he called you out, right?
Yep.
I don't think you're the type of guy to go out there and call all these people out and stuff like that. You're just like, fuck it, I'll fight whoever.
Yeah.
But is there anyone out there that you would like to share the octagon with?
Definitely, there would be Terence McKinney for a start.
That would be crazy.
Because he's a finisher. He's a guy you need to be. He's scared. I'm scared to fight him like I was with Mateus.
Yeah.
Also, Jordan Pacheco, was scared to death of him.
Oh.
And that brings out the best of me, as you can see from my last performances. But Terence McKinney is one of the guys that got away, not through injury, not through nothing. It was my visa. So that's the fight that I've been struggling to get, and he won his last fight. He beat Slava. I've lost to Slava in the Contender Series, so that's the fight I'm looking for, and I really want to make that fight happen. And I think that potentially could be a main event somewhere. So even if it's at the Apex again, fuck it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be flying out for that.
Yeah, someone's getting hurt, I can tell you that.
Someone's getting hurt, but I don't think that one's going 15 minutes, to be honest, man.
No.
I reckon that's a 1-round job. I reckon you finish him in the first round.
Yeah, Terence McKinney's a kind of first round guy, and if he gets out of that first round, he's definitely getting finished. So
Yeah.
you seen how durable I was last night or the night before.
Crazy.
Sorry, and you know the will to win. And like I said in my post-fight interview, you can't beat who won't quit. And I just don't quit, and it's just something that's built within me. And I can't tell you how I trained it, but it's there and it'll never go away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you think? Because, you know, watching back that fight against Rebecki and even the fights before that, I see a progression, you know, in your game.
Yeah.
Clear progression from Bellator days, Contender Series days to now. It even seems like your durability has got better. Do you feel that at all? Or?
I think it's to do with the coaching at American Top Team. You know, they're telling me to be a bit more, keep my shape a little bit more, not be leaning back and trying to like make people miss by leaning back. Maybe absorb the punches on my arms, having better feet, and you know, just that durability. Just sometimes durability doesn't mean taking the shots; it can mean, you know, just being there, being in front of the guy, and breaking him down bit by bit. So it's a big change. And American Top Team, I'm super thankful for them and how professional they were, especially me fighting Rebecki in the same gym. You know, they were super professional, which was great.
Yeah. So you're flying back tonight. You're going to be back home with the family in about 24 hours. You must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that the only people who I miss from back home is my family. I miss my son's first birthday.
Wow, really?
Yeah, heart broke me. You know, his birthday's on 4th of July, so it's Independence Day. So even everybody in America was celebrating, and I was sitting in my room feeling sorry for myself. So that's something I'm going to make up to him. So I'm going to take them to Disneyland, to take the family over there, spend some of that 50k. Enjoy it, and hopefully they reap the rewards. And I remember I was in the Apex and they were doing an interview on ESPN Plus, and they asked me a question on my kids when I was in there. Fuck, it caught me because like it really wrenched my heart. They're like, "What do you think you're?" They were like, "You need to send me it because I can't find it." But it was heart wrenching because they said, "What do you think your kids think about you?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a fucking good question. I never thought about that." I just want them to think I'm a superhero. I just want, especially my daughter, because she's going to grow up and meet men. And I want her to use me as an example to the people who she meets. And I want my son to follow my footsteps and to be a good man because I know I'm a good man. And, you know, it was good that they asked that question because it really kind of related to how I feel about life. So it was a really good question from ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I think no doubt, bro. I think that's exactly what they will think, you know. And I don't have children, so I can't relate, but I got a little sister, and I always try to be a role model for her, you know, for when she meets men and stuff like that. So,
of course,
I feel it to some degree. And man, the good thing about the internet and content is like, when your son's 18 years old, this video is going to be out there somewhere, and he's going to hear that. And the only way you can respond to that is just like with love, man. So I'm sure he will think that, bro. And you've sacrificed 2 months of your life, like you said. But it's all for them, all for your family, all for your future.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Sky's the limit now, man.
That's it, and that's why I want to show them that they can just go out there and do what they want. And that's why I'm super like thankful that I can like put my daughter to all these different classes so she can figure out what she likes in life. And that's what I've done. I've managed to find the UFC, so her next or him next.
Yeah. Are you going to put your kids into martial arts?
Some of my daughter's already doing it.
Okay. So how old is she?
She's 4. So
wow, she's starting early.
Just drop her in. If she likes it, she likes it. If she wants to come away from it, I'll let her do it. I'll just kind of steer her in the right direction. I'll never pressure her into it. Yeah. Because I think it should come naturally.
Would you like your daughters? Because you know, the way you raise a son, the way you raise a daughter is obviously different, right? You're not going to raise them exactly the same way, the same morals and stuff like that. But there's a few changes you make, I'm sure. Would you want your daughters to get into like MMA or more jiu-jitsu or wrestling, or you don't care? Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. But she needs to be able to look after herself. We've just talked about this off this video. The world now is turning a little bit south. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially in my country. That she needs to be able to look after herself. I need her to be safe because I'm not going to be there to be able to protect her 24/7, 7 days a week. So she will be into something and she will be told she has to go to it until she can protect herself. And I'm the guy that will be able to test her on that because I can fight. So I'll be teaching her, and I'll also be getting a coach to help her. She doesn't need to do it 3-5 times a week. She does it twice a week or once a week, just to keep so she has the edge. She has that superpower over any of these horrible people who are out there. I just need to know she's safe.
And then the same with your son. You're just going to put him into it. And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I'd love him to do MMA. After seeing that fight last night or been in that fight last night. I don't know if I'd want my son to be in that.
Yeah.
But that's a decision that he'll make when he's the age that he is, and I'll never, if he wants to do ballet, so be it. He'll just need to take a ripping from me every single day. I'll just take the piss right out of him. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids are the future, and they need to learn how to fight for a start.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't know if you have this. I mean, you fight for a living, so it's completely different. Like, I go to the martial art gym, I train, but it's not my job. I don't do it for a living. But what I was saying to you in the PI is, like, one of the things I love about martial arts for myself is that it's the only time I'm not thinking about my other issues in life.
Yeah.
It's the only time I'm not thinking about business. The only time I'm not thinking about my family, my girlfriend, whatever it may be. So I'm interested to know, like, do you have that same thought process when you're training? Because you do it fucking 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
Is it the same for you? Like,
Well,
are you fully locked in?
I don't know if you know the story of how I got into MMA, but my mother was murdered in 2014, and that was my release, MMA. I figured out that when I went to this MMA class that I couldn't think about anything else. So I was in the dark dumps of obviously the passing of my mother, and I couldn't think about that when I was training. And I was like, I call it, and I say it in every interview, I call it like the ostrich effect. You bury your head in the sand, you can't see anything that's going on. So that was like my MMA.
Yeah.
And that's why I got so good at it, because I just dedicated 4 hours a day, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, every single day. And those 4 hours I thought about nothing other than MMA, or that big sweaty bastard guy lying on top of me, trying to choke me out. So that's how I got good. And
Wow.
out of something so terrible that happened to my mother came something good, and that's why I wear that pendant. I don't know if you've seen it when I walked out. I kissed it when it's got my mum's fingerprint on it. My mum was homeless. She had nothing. She had no possessions. So it's got her fingerprint on it and her wedding ring. That was the only thing we have from my mum, and that I wear around my neck, and I wear it with pride, and I call it my anchor. So it's something that I hold on to when I walk out to the cage, and whatever happens, and after that, and that's something that I'll carry with me throughout my full journey.
Bro, that's so fucking, that's beautiful, man. That's inspirational. Like you said, man, you turned the most negative thing that could ever happen to anyone into one of the most positive things that could ever happen to anyone. And now you're looking after another mother, which is your wife, and you're looking after your kids from that. Very inspirational, bro. And we don't know who's going to watch this. I'm sure a lot of people watching this are going to take a lot of inspiration from that. Maybe they're going through some certain issues. My friend's dad just passed away 6 months ago. I'm going to send him this fucking, because he's in a bad place right now mentally, and I'm going to send him this video, and I'm going to be like, look what fucking Chris did, you know what I mean? Coming from the bottom. So thanks for sharing that, bro. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, and if your mate watches this, tell him we'll give him a fucking voice call or whatever, and we can speak it out, because it's important he gets on the right track, because it is the end of the world, like when something like that happens, but it's really not. You need to continue to live your life. And you seen I shouted at my mum in Paris. I was crying on live TV. My mum had 0 possessions. I don't have many pictures of my mum. I have maybe 3 or 4 pictures of my mum. But now I've got that. It's on video. I've got that. And I can share that, and that's out there forever now. And that's something that I'll be able to remember my mum from, and I was able to give her that back. So, there's always ways out. There's always a deep hole, but there's always a way out it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you giving it offer to my mate.
For sure.
I'll definitely tell him that. But man, I think we'll wrap it up there. It's a great note to end on, very inspirational note to end on. And I just want to say, on behalf of all of the MMA fans, thank you for putting on a Fight of the Year contender.
Anytime, I do it for you guys.
And for all of us degenerate gamblers like me and my man Zara in the back, thank you Oddsmakers for always making Chris a fucking underdog. Because you've been making a lot of people
making money.
A lot of money. I want to show this.
Let me get
the slip out before we sign it off. And by the way, I had more on this, guys, because people know I bet big, and are like, well, you only put $300 on him. But yeah, I've got more money than that, mate, but I wanted the slip, so I want to show it. There we go. Chris Duncan.
That's the chump change. That was what he had in his back pocket.
Yeah.
And he thought, I'll just put this on Chris. It's sure money, so just put it on.
I got my chump change.
You got your chump change?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, what is it?
250. I'm not as big as James, but I had to back my boy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Of course.
That's just
250
for
to win
the,
720.
that's just for the roulette table tonight. $855.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, man, I think I can speak for all MMA fans as a big MMA fan myself, and yeah, definitely, I do want to say, all of us, we appreciate that fucking war that you put on, and looking forward to your next fights in the future, my man.
Legend, my man.
Love, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Legend,
Chris.
but that legend.
Peace.